Dear students, today we shall learn a new topic on the relation of Rabindranath Tagore with Tripura. What was its impact, especially cultural impact of the Tagore's relation with Tripura? So, dear students, as we know that it was Birchand Manikya's who first recognized the genius in the poet Rabindranath Tagore. At a time when the poet was quite young and his writings were known to few besides his own intimate friends and relatives, Birchand Manikya sent an emissary to congratulate him as a great poet. The poet was thrilled at this. This simple yet momentous event proved as a stepping stone not only for a close link that followed since then between the royal family and the poet, but through the through this followed a close cultural tie between the two estates, that is Tripura and Bengal. Why Bengal? Because on those days, Bangladesh and West Bengal was together. It formed the part of Bengal. In the poet's own words, I quote, the day H.H. Birchandra Manikya sent his emissary to convey to me that he had discerned the promise of a great future. Even in those early writings of mine, it was too much for me to give credit to. I was then young in age, my writings were few, and most of the readers in the country derisively described them as a puerile pastime. B. Chandra knew it and he was pained at that, so he wanted to buy a printing press at a cost of 1 lakh rupees and there to print decorated editions of my verses. I unquote. Dear students, when Bir Chandra's wife Maharani Bhanumati died in 1883 AD, the afflicted heart of the king found expression in his own lyric, Suhag, that is love. At about the same time, the poet also published his well-known lyric Bhagna Hridaya, that is afflicted or broken heart. Grief-stricken B. Chandra found his emotions reflected in the lyrics of the poet. Being very much impressed, he sent his private secretary, that is Radha Raman Ghosh, to Tagore's Jorasanko home in Calcutta to invest him with the distinction of being the best poet. In 1885 AD was published Tagore's historical novel, that is Rajarshi, or you can say the Sage King, based upon a historical account of the reign of Maharaja Govinda Manikya, who ruled Tripura from 1659 AD to 1660 AD, and again from 1666 AD to 1680 AD. The poet's well-known drama, Visarjan, it means sacrifice, published in 1890, was based on this historical account. After Maharaja Birchand Manikya's death in 1896, his son Radha Kishore Manikya took over the administration of the estate. Like his illustrious father, he also picked up modern lines, a few departments like education, health, agriculture, public works, and police, and his terms with Rabindranath Tagore was also flourished. Even we can say the bond of friendship, affection, and regard for the poet continued uninterrupted. In the words of the poet, the affection and regard that the father Bir Chandra has for the young poet followed without a break into his son, that is H.S. Radhakishore Manikya. He did not forget me even for a day. Since then, I went on enjoying his hospitality. His love for me was never dimmed. The atmosphere around the throne always bristles with doubts and conflicts. Such was the affection introduced by Rabindranath Tagore in his own words. Dear students, Rabindranath Tagore visited Tripura for 7 times. So the state of Tripura was very culturally developed. The period from 1862 to 1947 witnessed great development in the field of art and literature. The rulers during this period not only promoted the development in the field, but they themselves were also talented artists, musicians, and composers. The rulers of this period were very creative, and their artistic work has been mentioned in detail in the history of Tripura. The history not only mentions the inclination of the ruler towards the art and literature, but also mentions the close relation the four rulers shared with the renowned poet Rabindranath Tagore, a very good relation. The poet had very close relationship with the royal estate of Tripura and its four consecutive rulers. The development of the field of art and literature was at its epoch during this period, but the patronage was developing Bengali language and the heritage was undertaken by all the ruling Manikya monarchs, starting from the first ruler of this dynasty, King Ratna Manikya in 1464. In 1830, that is, King Krishna Kishore Manikya had urged Prince Dwarkanath Tagore for help during a political crisis in the state. Prince Dwarkanath was Rabindranath's grandfather, who had timely provided assistance to the king to end the crisis. King Vichand Manikya had written to Rabindranath Tagore and renewed the friendly ties between them. Rabindranath had mentioned his affectionate relations with the rulers in his famous novel Rajarshi and plays Visarjan and Mukut. This reference was made to before the two had actually met. As we know that, that is Bhagna Hridaya, the poem was also to provide lot of solace to the grieving king, and he sent his secretary Radharaman Ghosh to Rabindranath's residence in Jorashango, which was close to Calcutta's a plot poet for his great work. The king was very saddened to see that the poet's work was not much recognized by the modern Bengali literary experts. The king personally took the initiative to publish the work of the poet and was willing to set up a printing press for that. It shows the kind-heartedness of the king. We can say that the relationship between Rabindranath Tagore and Bir Chandra laid the foundation of a lasting friendship between them. The poet maintained relations with the next four generations. With the royal family, he was associated with them for more than 60 years. The poet was associated with them till the day he died. He played the role of a mentor and a friend for the rulers of Tripura. Rabindranath's association with Tripura's royal family continued even after the death of King Bichand Manikya in 1896. The relations were continued in the same level by Bichand Manikya's son and successor, King Radhakishore Manikya, retained the closeness with the poet as his father. In fact, the ties became even stronger, and Rabindranath came for his first visit to Tripura in 1900. The king, with the help of Rabindranath, managed to embrace the literary work in Tripura. In the 12 years of Radhakishore's reign, the poet came to Tripura on 5 occasions. Radhakishore wanted Tagore's aid in making him understand the, that is, technicalities of handling state matters. The king took advices from the poet on varied issues, for instance, while appointing ministers, matters concerning drafting the budget for the state or regarding aspects about declining the code of conduct of the ministers. Tagore was able to convince the king on the state matters which needed reforms. The king initiated many reforms in the day-to-day functioning of the administration and the field of education on the advice given to him by Rabindranath Tagore. The relationship helped in improving Tripura's ties with Greater Bengal. The benign Maharaja made many donations in order to aid various cultural and literary projects taken up in Bengal. On Rabindranath Tagore's request, the king added a research which was being pursued by Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose in England, as he needed urgent funds to carry out his research. The king made a generous donation towards Jagdish Chandra Bose's research work, which he had felt would benefit the country. The king made several contributions towards the work and institutions run by the poet. He paid an annual grant to Vishwa Bharati, or we can say Shantiniketan. This grant continued to be sanctioned to the organization till the period of Bir Bikram Kishore Manikya. The ties between Tagore and the next ruler continued in a steady manner. Virendra Kishore was a very talented personality and inherited the artistic wisdom from his ancestors. Besides being a composer and a musician, he was a talented painter. Many of his paintings were honored by renowned painters. The ruler continued to provide financial aid towards the Vishwabharati. The relation between the king and Rabindranath Tagore benefited Tripura socially as well as culturally. We can think that it was a tremendous cultural impact on Tripura because in the matter of literature, in the matter of artistic flavor, Tripura reached its zenith. In 1939, King Veer Vikram Kishore made a visit to Shantiniketan. The king appointed Rajkumar Buddhimanta Singh, a Manipuri dance teacher, to teach dance at Shantiniketan. Buddhimanta was an expert who introduced many new dance forms and improved the existing styles. The guru had a large fan following. As a result, many experts began to show inclination to be part of Santiniketan. The experts helped in developing Ravindra Nritya to great heights. They were able to add many graceful moves to the style of dancing, following the footsteps of his ancestors. Tripura's last ruler, Maharaja Bir Vikram Kishore, carried forward the relation built by his ancestors with Rabindranath Tagore. He continued the tradition of supporting Santiniketan, the cultural development benefited Tripura as well. The development of art and literature in the state at its paramount, Bir Vikram had deep regard for Rabindranath Tagore. The king had the opportunity to bestow Tagore with the honorable title of Bharat Bhaskar. The honor was bestowed on Tagore just 3 months prior to his death. The king had celebrated the 80th birth anniversary of the poet with a grand ceremony at the royal place Darbar. He had sent an invite to invite and help the ailing poet to make the journey in Tripura. The celebration was meant to be tribute to the ailing poet. The invite deeply touched Tagore and expressed his feeling. Thus, I quote, such a free and disinterested bond of friendship between an immature poet whose fame was yet uncertain and one enjoying royal distinction is unprecedented in the history of any literature. The distinction that this royal family has conferred on me today illuminates the final horizons of my life. In 1926, Tagore made his last visit to Tripura, and he not only felt honored to be invited by the king, but also wanted to acknowledge the affection and respect displayed towards him by the Kishore Sahitya Samaj of Agartala. He felt that the organization had taken all his advice in a very positive way and helped immensely towards the cultural development of the state. Finally, in the speech, in order to show his gratitude towards the rulers of Tripura, who had shown great amount of love and affection to him and supported his endeavors in such a wholehearted manner, he said, "It has been my privilege to receive honor even from the hand of kings in the West, but the tribute I received from a prince of my own country is to me, personally speaking, of much greater value. That is why my relationship with the state of Tripura is not just that of a guest for a day. This relationship is wedded to the memories of the father and the grandfather of the present king." Thus, we conclude by saying that Tripura relation with Rabindranath Tagore had a great cultural impact in the annals of the tiny state of Tripura. Really, Rabindranath Tagore, the first Nobel laureate in literature in 1913, proved to be a pivotal for the development of the cultural field in the history of Tripura. Starting from Bir Chandra Manikya, his relationship with his four generations proved to be everlasting. Thus, Rabindranath Tagore also had a great impact. His first journey was in 1900, last journey in 1926. For 7 times, he visited Tripura, and I think it was in the very, it can be retained in the golden words, because Rabindranath Tagore had been a pinnacle in the sense of culture and literature. And the tiny state of Tripura reached its climax in the matter of culture after having relationship with the king, that is Rabindranath Tagore's journey proved to be very pivotal and proved to be everlasting in the history of Tripura. By this, I conclude today's topic. Dear students, thank you very much for your patience.